On January 7th of 2013, Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Garnett got into a very heated exchange. It lasted for most of the fourth quarter and even escalated after the game. Since then, there's been a lot of speculation about what was actually said. The most popular theory was that Garnett told Melo that Lala Anthony tasted like Honey Nut Cheerios. However, after various interviews and new context clues, the truth has finally come out. We now know the exact phrases that got Melo this mad and how Garnett may have gone further than we thought. We're going to break it all down in this video. Let's get into it. To provide some initial context, Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Garnett were actually on good terms. Even though they had their battles during the playoffs, Melo had the utmost respect for KG. They were all-star teammates in 2007, and Melo even said that Garnett was his favorite power forward in the league. However, Garnett also had a history of getting under a player's skin. He would do whatever it took to gain a mental edge over his opponents. That sets the stage for January 7th of 2013. With 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Melo and Garnett had their first exchange. While fighting for position, they got tangled up on a rebound. You can even hear Melo saying, "He can't knock me out like that." Garnett didn't exactly agree with the foul call, as he said, "I just boxed him out." That led to a free throw for Melo, and Garnett tried to distract him. It actually worked in his favor, and on the way back, Garnett said, "I smell pussy." Melo confirmed this on a recent podcast.
It started because he said, "I smell pussy." Okay.
With that being said, those words didn't sit well with Melo. He chirped right back at KG after hitting a 3, letting him know that he wasn't going anywhere. However, here's when Garnett took things way too far. With 9 minutes left in the fourth, Melo switched onto Garnett and they got into another shoving match. The refs let it play out, but after the possession was over, Garnett told Melo, "Suck my d." Melo of course was outraged and tried to chase Garnett before being separated. Now this had nothing to do with Honey Nut Cheerios. A lot of people assumed that Garnett was talking about Lala Anthony, but it was actually more personal than that.
So the unsquashable issue, that's the you know what I mean? Like it was that. Yeah. That to me was, for me on my side, was a real issue. It takes a lot for me to get to that space. Yeah. So once I was there, it was no coming back. And I ain't trying to be tough or I'm not on that time. I just know how I was raised. Those words right there, we don't play with those. Yeah. If we out of sports and somebody tell you that, something gonna happen to that person. It's up. You in jail, somebody tell you that, it is up. So what makes a sport any different?
Yeah, Garnett was clearly messing with the wrong one. If you didn't know, Melo was actually raised in one of the roughest neighborhoods in Baltimore, West Side to be exact, and stuff like that doesn't fly over there. Lala Anthony also confirmed that the Honey Nut Cheerios line was never said.
You gotta laugh at that. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing. And for anybody to believe that KG really said that, I mean, who would think to say, "Oh, your wife tastes like honey"? I mean, he didn't say that. It was just ridiculous. And he just said some disrespectful things that my husband didn't like, that he felt like after all these years playing together, there's certain things you don't say to another man. Right? And because they've been together for so long in the NBA, my husband just felt like he should have a little more respect for him. There's certain things you don't say to another man.
From that point on, Melo was mentally checked out. Just one possession after Garnett's remark, Melo called him a pussy several times. He also told Garnett that he would see him after the game. And well, he did. Fast forward to 5 seconds left and Melo was making his way to the locker room. Teammates tried to hold him back, but he clearly had other plans. He quickly got dressed, blew by Tyson Chandler and teammates, and waited outside the Celtics locker room. Melo was screaming for Garnett to come out, but he never did. That led to Melo making his way to the Celtics team bus. In fact, the tension was so high that he was surrounded by 5 local police officers and the entire MSG security. Nearly 30 minutes later, Garnett finally came out and Melo approached him. TMC captured some exclusive audio and here's what was said.
I didn't see. I don't.
As As heard in the audio, Melo took the situation personally and even received a 1-game suspension by the league. Melo apologized for his actions but didn't think his suspension was fair. He thought Garnett disrespected him as a man and that he had the right to defend himself. However, he decided to move on as the Knicks had 48 games left in the regular season. It wasn't until All-Star Weekend when we saw these two interacting again.
One time during the year, you and Kevin Garnett got into it a little bit as his teammate. Right now, have you been sharing lockers, sharing stories, getting along with him?
Yeah, you want to take it? There you go, right there.
I just want to make sure everything's cool with you guys.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You would come in here with that outfit on and ask that type question.
Clearly, these two tried to keep things basketball related and didn't want to entertain any outside noise. It took nearly 7 years for Melo to speak about this again. He ended the Honey Nut Cheerios rumors for good.
I don't know if you ever addressed it, but I'm like, would you tell everybody that he never said nothing about no damn Honey Nut Cheerios to the wife, bro? Just
he never.
Where did that come from? Who the hell even said anything about Honey Nut Cheerios? That somebody just made that up?
Yeah, Boston fans.
Garnett also rejected the rumors in 2021 during an interview.
I have never, ever in my life disrespected a man or his family or his wife or his mom or none of that. I have never in my life. Now, I talk about how I'm busting your ass out here, but I would never in my life. I always kept it basketball. We as basketball players know to keep it basketball. We know that crossing the line crosses the line.
Regardless, their tension cooled down over the years and they're currently on better terms. We finally know exactly what was said and it's safe to say that Honey Nut Cheerios can rest for good. And that pretty much concludes the video. What do you guys think of this beef? Do you think Garnett went way too far or did Melo overreact? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.